No, that's it.
There it is.
Okay.
Science.
I can't handle a recording studio or a radio studio is my problem.
Well, I'm not too keen at it myself, so.
Phil, I have your brand new album here. Well, it's about, what, maybe 60 days? A little more than that old?
Yeah, I think it's about like that.
The Star Spangled Springer. I love the cover.
Did you like it?
Oh, it's great. I've been talking about it all afternoon.
You know, I've had strange reactions to that cover that, and I had the truth about it, it's come down as it's been, I saw it in a restaurant, you know, that painting, and I think I was drinking, as I recall it, and it got out of hand. I wound up on the cover, but I enjoyed it.
It looks a little bit like you.
That's what I thought.
And you have, I see a picture. Is that your wife on the back with you?
Yes, it is. If it isn't, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to go through this album as closely as I'd like to and listen to it, but I picked out a couple of my favorite cuts already on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I like Sweetgrass Country an awful lot. The county, rather.
Yeah. That's, I think we're talking about that one for a possible single, I don't know.
What's your favorite one?
Well, I look at it in a kind of personal, because having, a friend of mine, and I wrote 9 of the 10, and so I'm they're all like children to me, but like everybody else. I was very keen on Red, White, and Blue. I'm very keen on it in a personal way. But I tell you, if you were to press me down and ask me which ones I really like to listen to just for, for almost technical reasons, is Lady Anne.
Mm-hmm. I like that one, too.
But I think I'm going to come with Sweetgrass County, I think, anyhow. And God Bless Older Ladies is kind of a important song personally, but they're all so personally involved. I spent all so much time fooling around with them. The
production on all of these particular songs is incredibly good. I see by looking on the album that you got some good people with you. Buddy Emmons and J.D. Manis are got to be two of my favorite steel players.
Oh, they are. They're both on a thing called La Divorce, or L.A. Divorce, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Mm-hmm. I always called it La Divorce when I wrote it. But they're playing, the Steels are both playing at the same time, and some wild notes they get. But you ought to be a steel freak like me to really like it.
Yeah, I dig steel guitar. I've played with a fellow who's been playing with me on and off for about 3 years, who's an incredibly good steel guitar player, and through him, I've really become to appreciate good steel, and always look forward to hearing people like, Buddy Emmons and J.D. Manis and
You don't expect to see a day when you'll see the steel guitar into, into heavy things, into some of the classics even.
I think so. I think it's almost here, Phil.
Well, I hope so. I'd look, because it's really an instrument and a half.
Because country music is here in all forms, Every record I play, I can go through my stack of records and pull out song after song that either have a steel guitar in it or an obvious country influence. Do you notice that?
Well, I'm glad to see it. Don and I put, when we cut a long time ago, 1960, we did Lucille, and we used the steel guitar as we played it like I had a kid named Jimmy Day. I don't know if you know him.
Never remembered the name.
He plays great steel, He played it like our lead instrument, and everybody thought it was a guitar, and there was some terrible problems going down with guitar players trying to play it.
Yeah.
Play that chorus.
Trying to figure out what's going on, learn that song. Fellas.
Yeah, because it was a steel guitar.
And I was also noticing that a good friend of yours, Dwayne Eddy, did some work.
Dwayne produced this album.
He did?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We got together after, and got some music together. I did this whole album was done with mostly people I knew and friends I liked.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was reading the liner notes, and you have a lot of your good friends on. That's a nice thing to do. I imagine it's a rewarding feeling to be able to get far enough so that you can incorporate some close friends who, at the same time, are excellent musicians with you.
Well, it's like anything. I think that if you have to, if you really want to do it, and even at best, it's very difficult to make an album and get all you can hope to get out of it. But it's better if you do it with friends, because then when the experience is done, it's nothing else that's been pleasant if it doesn't sell,
Mm-hmm. Phil, first let me get into a few things that you're doing now. You've done this album, and not too long ago, and are you doing some personal appearances here and there?
Well, we've been on, we just took 6 weeks off, but we was finished up in Vegas before that, and we go out again, and we go back to Vegas, and we go to Europe again and things like that.
Is this with your brother?
Yes, with Don and I.
The two, are you doing anything on your own, live-wise, or you just...
Tour-wise? No, I haven't. I don't know if I will even. You know, I don't know if there'll ever be a need for it. if my album fades into obscurity, there won't be any point.
Do you like doing things acoustically with just, say, you and your brother, maybe a bass, or do you like having a full band behind you?
You know, I'm not much of I don't know, maybe it's because I've been in music so long all my life that there's hardly anything I don't like. When we were in Vegas, we were using big band. Billy Strange, you know Billy? Mm-hmm. Billy was conducting the orchestra we were at Sahara, and he was conducting the orchestra there, and I really loved doing that, because we did some, it was kind of a book show, and we did some different things than we normally do. When Don and I are playing, we usually carry just 4 pieces, which I like to do too. I tell you what, I think if I really would, to answer that properly, I'd have to say that I wouldn't want to do anything for too long. Mm-hmm. The same thing. The more variables you can put into it, the better it is.
Yeah, I've been a musician on and off for about 10 years myself.
Well, then you understand that.
Right, done the clubs and all that kind of stuff, and it's true, you know, that you like the variety is the only thing that can get you through without you turning into some sort of a weirdo.
Yeah, it's true.
The repetition and that type of thing can really get to you after.
You know, when we talk of repetition, people talk about singing the same songs over and over. You know, I've always equated it with an actor doing the same script night after night on a Broadway play. You have the same responsibility. You have to communicate whatever you can communicate to him, and no matter how simple the lyric is, you still have the responsibility of communicating it as close to its original form as possible.
Right.
Without being, silly about it. You know, I think it's very, very similar to doing like the same script over and over.
Well, if you have good material and you love your material and you love the people you're working with, you can go a long time. We did clubs for quite a while, and we probably had 3 of yours and your brother's material in our repertoire. Most every group that's done any pop material usually does, and we always look forward to doing those particular pieces of music along with other things that we were personally excited about. And if you can always, it seems to me, if you can always stay personally excited about your material and your work, and if you really truly love music, it can't get you down.
No. Not at all.
It's a great way to spend your time.
Yeah.
Phil, I'd love for you to come by and visit sometime. Ken was saying that you might be in the valley at any particular time. If you come on down, I'll bring my big J200 down, and we'll get together and sing a little bit.
How old is your J200?
4 years.
Oh, that's a good one. The older they are, the better.
I know. I'm really just...
You might almost have me over there this afternoon. I have to steal it.
Yeah, what are you playing now? You still have your old Everly?
Well, we haven't. I just got back my... I play regular bill model, but I also have the old J200, my old J200 from like 59.
I wonder if anybody knows what we're talking. I forget sometimes we're on the radio. We're talking about a particular model of guitar, folks.
Yeah. In
case you're wondering, made by Gibson, that happens to be just a good model.
Yes, it does. I just got a guitar from my little boy. He's 6. I just got him an old Martin, a very old Martin. There's some claim that it's over 100.
Really? One of the smaller ones?
Yeah.
Now, that'll be a great place to start. He's spoiled, you know.
Yeah, he is.
You're going to ruin him.
I didn't start like that.
Right, who did?
I know it.
But it's nice that you can now.
Yes, it is.
Well, Phil, I want to get into a cut of your album here. I have one already queued. I already queued up Sweetgrass County.
Okay.
Because I kind of liked it, and I thought we'd jump into that right after I finish talking with you. And I want to say that I really like the production of your album, and I'm going to take it home and listen to it. And I'm planning on doing some recording in the near future, and I wondered if I could have your permission to, just for my own personal use here at the station, record one of your songs.
Hey, listen, please do. Do you know what would be a good song? I don't know if you like it, but a song that I believe is going to wind up being an important piece, a record piece, is a song called Our Song. Take a special listen to that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Phil? Thanks a lot. Hold on just a minute, and I'll be right with you.
Okay, Tom.
Nice visiting with you.
My pleasure.
Phil Everly on KCRA.
just count my